So from now onwards, we can proudly say that we are also contributing in the segment of clinical research. We are a part of clinical trial. Our professionals are there who are working very good from past so many years. We have a 10,000 plus of alumni, and they are making us proud year by year. So I would like to introduce all our participants with my jury. We have Shweta ma'am as our academic head, who is taking care of the clinical research segment. Welcome you, ma'am, in this event, and thank you so much for being here. And please provide your valuable guidance to our student. We have Syed sir with us, who is the head of pharmacovigilance department and is taking care of pharmacovigilance courses successfully for past so many years with Cliniminds. And we have our placement head, Dr. Mr. Rahul Malya, who is taking care of the placement processes and making us proud day by day. Thank you so much, Rahul sir. And now I would like to welcome our Managing Director, Mr. Kamal Sahani sir. Sir, please provide your guidance and valuable and influential word to all these participants so that we can start the event of the day. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Priyalata. Thank you very much for your introduction. Good morning. Hello, good afternoon. Shweta, hi, good afternoon, Mr. Malya. Good afternoon, Saeed. How are you all? Welcome you all to this event part 2 today. In the morning, we had a very successful, event by Cliniminds existing students. We had a very, very interesting presentations. I saw some of them this morning, and they were very impressive. I think a lot of those presentations had a very good quality content, very well made presentations, and also well presented by the students. They were able to convey message properly, and I think that reflects the quality of training they are receiving from the senior faculty. Very important day for the clinical research professionals. This is the day to honor the clinical research professionals who have contributed or who are contributing to the success of the clinical trials domain. Clinical trials is a very important part. All of you have seen in the last few years that how clinical trials played a very important role in COVID. COVID was a case study which brought the clinical trial to the fore. And we all, even the small children of 8, 12, 15 years suddenly came to know the word about clinical trials. The word became so popular, everyone started talking clinical trial. Hence, if you see, it's a patient focus. The clinical trial has to be patient oriented. The focus is patient to ensure that patient safety is utmost important during clinical trials. And when we develop the new drugs, we need to ensure the drugs are not only efficacious, but also safe for the human usage, or if they are veterinary drugs, they are, safe for the animals too. Why the safety is important, and now you have seen practically in the last few weeks, the drug was developed, the vaccines in COVID were developed. But due to the very short duration of the clinical trials, the governments globally had to give approval for the marketing. We conducted the clinical trials, but we had a very little safety data at that time. And now the more and more people are taking these vaccine, it is now showing that there are major, some side effects or the adverse events are happening due to these vaccines. And there are recalls happening, the vaccine recalls are happening, the manufacturers of Covishield have already, have withdrawn the drug, withdrawn the vaccine from the market, and even now the studies in Covaxin are also showing that there are major side effects of these drugs. So it's a very critical process to conduct the clinical trials with proper safety and efficacy mechanism. So hence the clinical trials are done with the proper regulations and the guidelines. So with the patients in the mind first. So before I, request students to make their presentations, I request Shweta ma'am to say a few words and start the event.
Okay, so it's a pleasure to have you all here. So it's quite good to see that you all are interested in clinical trials. You wanted to know more about clinical trials. So when we talk about clinical trial, it's a very interesting and it's a very wide field to talk about. So anything that is available for human consumption, suppose we talk about any device that is being used in a form of implants or any devices that is being used during the surgery. So anything that is being used in humans, those products need to be tested, needs to undergo the process of clinical trial. So as long as these products are not being tested, you cannot use that product in the human. So the clinical trial field is a very booming, very vast and very growing field. So it's congratulations to you all that you are participating in this event and you show your interest towards clinical trial. So if you be a part of this field, being in clinical trials, in clinical research, you will see that your future is very bright and secure. This is the field that we have seen during the COVID or any diverse situations or any calamity. This is the field that never have the recession time. So this is the most promising and the growing field to be in. And I just wish you all the best for the competition. Thank you. Over to Priyalata.
Thank you, ma'am. So, Abhay, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, start. Abhay, you can start.
So, Abhay, while you're presenting, you need to switch on your camera so we can see you.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, but you're not visible.
You need to turn on your camera, Abhay.
So I request every one of you, please switch on your cameras. So you'll
Now
find
is it visible, ma'am?
interactive and interesting. Yeah, we can see, but the font is very small.
Ma'am, should I audible?
Yes, you are audible, but this poster is not visible to us. The font size is very small.
Ma'am, I share my screen.
Yeah, that's okay. Carry on. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Who is going to start presentation? Abhay or Samvik?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. सर स्क्रीन विजिबल हो रही है?
Yes, screen is visible. But the content is very small. And just zoom the part that you're going to present.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Myself, Samyak Jain. I should be 1 minute, ma'am. My topic is prescription analysis and pharmacoeconomic analysis of the drug prescribed for the skin disorder. Ma'am, I am audible.
Yes, yes. Yes, we are
Skin
audible.
is the largest organ in the body and has a many of the function. It functions as the first line of defense and against radiation, harmful pollutants and microbial infections. In India, primary and secondary cutaneous complaints are common. Allergy and itching problems are most widely observed in patients. At nowadays, skin tends to become affected by various diseases or skin diseases are common clinical entities and patterns of skin disease are different from one country to another and also show a variation within the different part of the same country. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Skin disease have a serious impact on people quality of life. Most widely observed problems in developing countries are allergy and itching conditions. Well, study design literature survey. Then in first 2 months, the literature survey, finalization of a topic, then finding a suitable specialist physician, calculating of sample size, then protocol preparation, then after that enrollment of patient and collection of anthropometric demography, data, collection of prescription, analysis of prescription using a statistical analysis. हैंग हो रहा है. Then a material and method, a cross-sectional descriptive observational study was used in the investigation. The research was conducted from September 2022 to March 2023 and all data will be gathered by the end of March 2023. A total of 500 prescriptions were gathered. The data converted every patient who had a skin condition software called a lexicon. Lexicom gives us all information about every medicines and their about their dosage and about their dosage and about their side effects. That all shows that lexicon and the data convert every patient who had a skin condition software called as a lexicon. Then all the patient had a skin disease either by itself or in combination with other comorbid illness. So this was the common skin disease encountered at a Suesh hospital at Shirpur. So this was acne, eczema. Then all this have a disease and their frequencies and their percentage. Then different dosage from prescribed, oral and topical, their dosage form, their frequency and their percentage. Then the most prescribed drugs among patients, the drugs names, their frequencies, their percentage. Then after that types of prevalence, frequencies and their percentage. Discussion: the economical growth in India has an impact on the prevalence of skin disorder. It has been demonstrated that very simple skin issues frequently result in greater suffering than more significantly a medical condition. The importance of skin disorder morbidity. Then participants in hospital OPD most frequently acne 28%, 10 years
Your voice is breaking.
8%,
Samyak, your voice is breaking.
not
Not audible.
Yeah, not audible.
not audible, and also the content is also not relevant.
Cannot see anything.
Content also is not relevant. He's talking something about in reactions diseases.
So what was the topic that was given to you?
Ma'am, innovation in clinical trials, patients first. That was the theme.
Yeah,
This topic is not at all relevant.
correct.
hello.
Should I call the next one?
Yeah, better.
Better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Hari Krishna Bhatt?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Mr. Soumya, please stop your screen sharing so I can share my screen. Okay. So hello everyone. Good afternoon. I am Hari Krishna Bhatt. I am presenting my screen. Which minute? My screen is visible. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, now.
Okay. Okay. So good afternoon all. Visible?
Yeah, no, it's visible.
Okay.
Visible.
So
Can
good
just switch
afternoon.
on your camera, please.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible now. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So good afternoon all. In the International Clinical Trial Day, the topic of putting patient first, innovation in clinical trial. I am presenting the poster regarding this. So in introduction, the clinical trials are vital of medical advancement, but often overlook the patient experience. Like we are generally look only for the medical advancement, but we do not look over the what the patient experience, what effect does patient have on their mind. Our innovative approach prioritizes patients' need, comfort, and feedback throughout the trial process. So our innovative approach should be patient centricity. Now my unique idea about the putting patient first is to empowering patients as co-researchers. Like as a doctor, all the doctors by due respect, they are working their best, but sometimes they forget to treat the patient as a human being. They just treat them as a subject. So even many of us see their MBBS movie. In that movie also says that do not look the patient as a subject, look them as a patients as human being. So my unique idea is empowering patients as a co-researchers. Now under this there is a main three phenomena are the engage patients as active participants, not just subject. The second one is correlate trial protocol and material with patients' inputs. And third one is foster a sense of ownership and responsibility for the trial success. Like if any trial goes success, any medical put into market, all the thing all the credit goes to the company or clinical trial laboratories and all, but no one foster or give a appreciation to the patients, that due to that patients only the clinical trial is take place, and that's why we have to foster the sense of ownership and responsibility for the trial success. co-create trial protocol and material with the patient's input. Like we have to encourage before the making the protocol of the clinical trial with the patients, like how you will like to go ahead and what's your input and all that. This will be a two-sided process, not only one side process. The third one is engage patients as active participants, not just a subject, as you already mentioned. Now, as a key features, there is a three key features in my presentation. One is the patient-centric design. We have to tailor recruitment strategies sensitive to patients' demographical and preference. Like we have to take preference of the patient-friendly trial sites with the amenities like comfortable waiting areas and access to patients advocate. Like sometimes we have to call the patients all over the different areas, so we have to sites we have to build a site that amenities like comfortable waiting areas and access to patients advocate. Second one is accessible communication channels. Utilize diverse communication methods like text messages, apps, like phone calls. By all this communication channel, we can give the real time updates and feedback of collection, what the process going on, when what is the process of the clinical trial. Second one is a regular virtual town halls or focus group to address concern and sharp progress. Like in the gap of 1 or 2 months or phase 1 phase 2, whatever the time period we decide, we have to arrange town halls to give them information that the clinical trial which are going on you is going very well. This is the outcomes of this, all the things. The third one is flexible trial design, like incorporate patients driven endpoints and outcomes. Adaptive trial design that exists based on patient feedback and emerging data. Like we have to, as we already discussed, we have to take the patient's feedback, and by two side of the process uh, we have to carry forward that clinical trial. The benefits of this model called putting patients first, innovation in clinical trials, and empowering patients as a co-researchers. The main benefit of this trial is enhanced patients engagement leads to higher retention rate and more reliable data. Like we can create a more reliable data by taking the feedbacks. Improve trial outcomes by capturing patients experience and preference. Build trust between researchers and the community, fostering future collaboration. So one of the most important key point in the trial, that why should some people come to us for the trial, is that main point is the trust. So by this we can build the trust between researchers and the patients community. So my posters conclusion is that putting patients first transform clinical trials from the more scientific endeavors into compassionate partnership. So we do not have to just patients doctor relationship, but we have to do this as a partnership. By valuing patients perspective, we pave the way for more effective and ethical medical research. Thank you so much.
Okay, my question is, what do
Yeah.
you understand by putting patient first?
So
What is it?
okay, so by putting patient first, the one thing I can see that at the end or at the start, we have to consider the patient. We have considered patient as a main objective. Like on in the clinical trials, the patients is the most important thing. Either before the clinical trial or after the clinical trial. After the clinical trial, the drugs goes in the market and that drug taken by the patient. So for the patient like अगर हमको पेशेंट दर्दी को कवर करना है, तो उस पहले जो हमने क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स जिसके किए हैं वो भी एक टाइम पे दर्दी ही थे, तो उसके जो फीडबैक लेने चाहिए, उसका क्या अनुभव रहा, वो सब सोच के ही हम फ्यूचर निकाल सकते हैं कि भाई अभी जब ये ड्रग मार्केट में जाएगा सब, तब जो हमारे पेशेंट है उसको कैसे फोस्टर करेगा.
Achha, why it is important to put the patient first?
Because all the thing we are doing for the patients. our industry or pharmaceutical industry, chemical industry, all for the patients, by the patients.
Okay, so during the trial, how we are safeguarding the patients?
Sorry, ma'am.
During the trial, how we are putting the patient first when the trials are being carried out?
So during that time, as we are looking for all the data that carried forward with that phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, all the trials, the patient is the most important. Like what impact?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking during the
yes,
phases.
what impact? What we have? Let's consider we have 2 patients for the clinical trial. Like first, like we are going, हम किसी जो क्लिनिकल ट्रायल के लिए आया होगा, जिस पे हमने क्लिनिकल ट्रायल किया होगा अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, सो वो हमारे लिए एक पेशेंट है, तो उस पे हम फोकस करेंगे तो फ्यूचर जो आउटकम है उसको भी हमको पता चलेगा कि अगर इस पे ऐसा इफेक्ट हो रहा है तो बाकी दर्दियों पे भी ऐसा इफेक्ट हो सकता है, और इसको ही हमको फोकस करना है.
That if we are taking the participants during the trial, how we are saving those patients? We cannot compromise them, right?
No, we cannot compromise anything.
So how during the trial we will protect them?
By the data, by the feedback, by the data, by the feedback. Like we are giving a one doses to any that participants. So we have to continuously going under the feedback, like what the happening, what the outcomes. By that we are not compromising with the future patients.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes.
Introduce yourself. Priyalata, before they start the presentation, I'll advise everyone should introduce so that we are able to know to whom we are talking.
Okay. So here Hare Krishna Bhatt. I am working in the pharmaceutical company as a quality assurance QA/QC journal auditor in the pharmaceutical industry. I have completed masters in industrial chemistry, and I am also working as IMS lead auditor.
And what is your location?
My location is Dahej, Gujarat.
Gujarat.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bhatt. And
Thank you, ma'am.
now I would like to invite Mr. Pankesh Agarwal. Mr. Pankesh Agarwal, give your introduction first and then you can start.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. I am Pankesh Agrawal from Sherpur, Maharashtra. I am pursuing my M.Pharm in clinical pharmacy from R.C. Patel Institute of Education and Research, Sherpur. It's an autonomous college. Yes, that's it. So today I'm presenting my research work relevant to the clinical trials. Wait a minute. My screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, now it is visible.
It's legible.
Yes, it's
Respected panel.
Visible.
Okay. So on the day of International Clinical Trial, they posted presentation. Myself, Pankesh Agrawal, from R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education Research, Sherpur, Maharashtra. My topic is effect of allo capsule on pre-diabetic patient. So pre-diabetic. Hello.
Who gave you this topic?
Ma'am, it's my research project.
So for today's event, we have a specific topic. Do you know that?
Yeah. So I thought it's innovation in clinical trials.
So there is no
May I go further?
Okay.
Yes, Shweta ma'am, as he has started and he has prepared, we can allow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Please, Mr. Agarwal.
Okay, thank you, panel. So it's a pre-diabetic condition having blood glucose. The patient sample I am used for it for the project having the pre-diabetic, which is elevated from the normal sugar level and was defined threshold of diabetes. So my aim of this study is to compare the effect of allocapsule and metformin in pre-diabetic patient and to find the effect of allocapsule and metformin on impaired fasting and postprandial blood sugar in onset of diabetic patient. So in this method and material was like that, like this. So the title of work, the study design, it's experimental, interventional and observational open label pilot study where I include 29 samples in two groups. So and the capsule that given to the sample was Vestige aloe vera capsule of 500 mg and glycomet 500 mg in tablet. And the dose and frequency is aloe vera capsule of 500 mg twice a day. The study subgroup for pre-diabetic patient. First group received aloe while and another received metformin. There are two groups in which one was receiving aloe capsule and other was metformin. The study is 6 to 8 months and duration of follow-up is 8 weeks. Data collection tool from patient blood sample and parameter was analyzed in blood sample was the fasting sugar level, postprandial blood sugar, albumin, creatinine range, then lipid profile, and their demographic parameters. So inclusion and exclusion criteria was that in this way, we recruit a patient having age more than 20 years. Their BMI is greater than 25.5 and having impaired impaired fasting blood glucose and impaired postprandial blood sugar. With one condition, that is their kidney disease having creatinine level below 2 gram, that is having normal kidney function. And in exclusion criteria, we exclude a patient with having history of hypoglycemic medication. Also, we exclude a patient or a subject with breastfeeding and history of gestational diabetes. Also, any other disorder. We also exclude the patient which are in their history taken the anti-diabetic medicine. So this was the mechanism of allocaps bioactive agent on hypoglycemic activity, where melatonin receptor activation was protect against the reactive oxygen species, which then protect the beta cells so that release of insulin was in harmony. Then include 4. Cellular glucose level was uptake, which leads to the decrease in the glucose level in the blood. In jejunum, it inhibits the glucose level in blood, so the blood level in glucose was being balanced. In anthraquinone compound, activation of insulin receptor substrate 1, which inhibit the carbohydrate metabolism, which simultaneously increase the hypoglycemia. Also, the protection of pancreatic beta cell from the free radicals. Also, in cycloartenol activate the parts which inhibit the genes, which induction the genes which involve the carbohydrate and lipid synthesis, which simultaneously increase the hypoglycemia. So this is the mechanism of active compound allosine and their substrate in allocapsule. So basic objective of this study is that using metformin in patient leads to the chronic coronary heart disease, also having the liver hepatotoxicity and increasing further adverse effect. But with yellow capsule, we significantly see that there was no side effect. And like this study was being studied in previous also, but there was not been comparison between the metformin and the aloe vera capsule. So we make equivalent dose of metformin and capsule. This was the graph. So in that, in first we see in fasting blood sugar level, the significant was metformin is great, obviously greater than aloe vera. In second state, we see the postprandial blood glucose, that is after food. So in that also the metformin significance is good, as well the blood sugar level in yellow capsule was also significantly good. In albumin creatinine range, after we see that having both effect, but both effect in aloe vera capsule was significantly good than metformin. In this aloe vera capsule for total cholesterol and metformin, there was almost equivalent effect of both for metformin and aloe vera capsule. So by the study, I conclude that if we combinationally give aloe vera capsule with metformin, or we increase the dose of aloe vera capsule at 1 gram, so we significantly see the greater effect of glucose level in pre-diabetic patient, which having no side effect. Just like metformin, after some time person inhibit the metformin and was option to be leads on insulin. So that adverse effect can be harsh for that. So significantly we use combination medication for aloe vera capsule and metformin. So and this was institutional approved by the Institutional Human Ethical Committee, and was first global report which compared the aloe capsule with metformin in pre-diabetic humans. Thank you, panel.
Thank you, Pankesh. Now I would like to invite Dr. Adrija.
May I leave?
Yeah, if you want, you can stay online. You can listen to what others are presenting. Okay.
Okay.
It will be beneficial. Okay. Dr. Adrija.
Yes, ma'am. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm sharing the slide.
Okay, give your introduction first and then start. Okay.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Adrija Lahiri. Just a minute. Is it visible? Just a second. Yes. So good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Adrija Lahiri. So today on this auspicious occasion of International Clinical Trials Day, I honor the pioneer of clinical research, that is Sir James Lind, who on 20th of May 1947 conducted the first clinical trial on the deadly disease of scurvy. So today the topic for my presentation is genomics and personalized medicine, a transformative innovation in clinical trials. So these advancements are revolutionizing the way we understand, diagnose, and treat the disease, bringing us closer to a future where healthcare is tailored to the individual. So genome, what we say, is an organism's complete set of DNA. And so studying the structure of genome as a part of molecular biology, what we call it as genomics. And the personalized medicine is leveraging the genetic information to tailor the treatments to individual patients, thus enhancing the precision, efficacy, safety of the therapeutic interventions. So now if we look at the benefits, as I have mentioned here, the benefits of genomics and personalized medicine. First, I have mentioned it is improved patient selection, means by identifying the patients who is most likely to benefit from the treatment, therefore leading to a more successful trial. Second, I have written reduced adverse effects, means minimizing the risk of adverse drug reaction by avoiding the treatment which is unlikely to be effective or safe to certain genetic profiles of certain patients. Then third, I have mentioned enhanced efficacy, means it increases the likelihood of positive outcomes by administering the treatments which is specifically designed to work with individuals with certain genetic makeups. And fourth, I have mentioned is accelerated drug development, means it speeds up the development process if we focus on the responsive patient population only, potentially reducing the trial duration also, as well as the cost part also. And the last I have mentioned, it's the fifth point is better regulatory approval, because it is providing a robust genetic as well as molecular data, which can support regulatory submission, thereby fast approval of new therapies, and the product can be launched into the market also. Then I have here this genomics and personalized medication. This has also led to the identification of genetic mutations that causes rare genetic disorders like cancer. So I have taken here the example of my case study on oncology trials, that in cancer research, genomics and personalized medicine has in clinical trials, it has revolutionized clinical trials in many ways by identifying the genetic mutation which is specific to viruses. The cancer researchers can develop the targeted therapies. I have provided certain examples also, like EGFR inhibitors for lung cancer patients and so on. Then after that, I have provided some key features of genomics and personalized medicine, like genetic profiling, biomarker identification, then stratified medicine, pharmacogenomics, which is an important application of personalized medicine, like studying the genome of a particular person's responsive to a certain drug. Then I have also provided the example of this COVID-19 pandemic. The vaccine development, the speed at which these COVID-19 vaccines were developed was made possible by leveraging this genomic information only. This personalized medicine in understanding the varied response of COVID-19 vaccine among different people. Then this National Institute of Health's National Human Genome Research Institute indicates that the majority of medical treatments are diagnosed for general population only with a one-size-fit-for-all approach. Not all patients may respond to them, no matter how much effective the treatment might be, but all patients will not respond to that. Therefore, the personalized medicine employs an individual's genetic profile which can guide the clinician to prevent the disease, particularly the patient who is suffering from. Therefore, I conclude my speech here by saying that genomics and personalized medicines are redefining clinical trials. They are offering more precise, effective, and safe treatment tailored to a particular individual patients. So this innovation not only enhance the success rate of clinical trials, but will also transforming the future of healthcare by these personalized therapeutic intervention methods. Thank you so much.
Adrija, I'll appreciate if you can introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Dr. Adrija Lahiri. I have studied Bachelor of Dental Surgery from Awadh Dental College and Hospital. Currently, I'm a student of Cliniminds.
So I'm trying to understand, when you are a student of Cliniminds,
yes,
you have presented in the morning session. This session is not for Cliniminds students.
Yes, but when I opened the student portal, I found out that this International Clinical Trials Day is being celebrated. So I thought, let's participate so I can at least get idea of all what others are presenting, what like innovation is going on in this clinical trial industry, in this sector. So just to gain knowledge.
What I'm saying, you should have presented in the morning session.
Okay.
We had a dedicated session for Cliniminds students.
Oh, yeah.
You should have participated as well as competed with the other students.
Okay. Sure, I'll participate in that too.
So why you didn't join the morning session?
Yes, that's what I'm understanding.
Actually, okay, the morning session, I didn't have that information actually. In morning, I have to join.
It was in the mail, it was being sent. Everyone received the mail a week before the mail was being sent.
Okay, no, actually, I didn't receive.
Her name is
Sessions you were being briefed out on this?
No, not. I didn't receive it.
her name is mentioned in this list.
Yes, my name is mentioned here actually.
In the current list now.
Okay, I want to say something. She has enrolled in current batch, so
yes.
I informed it to Sir Kamal Sir, and I have taken the permission for her for this marketing event. She's a new student.
Just current batch.
So which batch?
This
May batch.
May batch.
Yeah, she's in May batch.
Okay, you are from May batch.
Adrija, I have a question for you. So what are the limitations of this genomics?
Limitations of genomics, like it is since it is based on certain genetic profile of certain individuals, so it might lead to some kind of hypersensitivity reaction or anaphylaxis kind of, which is related to genetic profile only. So these might turn out to be drawback for those patients who are suffering from those disease. So it might not work properly.
This will be advantage if you know the hypersensitivity reactions before administration of the drugs. Why it is limitation then?
Because based on the person's genetic profile, they are like designing the treatment. So if the person
it's good, right? It's personalized treatment which will decrease the side effects if you have the genetic profile of the patients. Okay. What are the limitations I'm asking? It's beneficial.
Okay. Then
what are the beneficial? What are the limitations? Sorry.
If a person, like if the genetic profile is not being accessed properly, is not being able to access properly, then I guess
why it is not being able to access properly? What is the reason for that?
For example, if I talk about because if I consider a patient, then if I look at the genetic profile of that particular patient, then suppose we are not getting proper data based upon his genetic profile, we are not able to collect that proper data, then we will not able to conduct these studies, I think.
So where we apply the genomics mainly now, currently. So genomics is there since last 20 years, 30 years. It's saying that it will be a game changer, but it's still not being currently been applied. Why it is like that?
I think in COVID-19 vaccine, there they applied based upon the genetic information only vaccine.
They didn't apply for the patients. Did they apply for the patient?
No, not for the patient.
They didn't apply for the patients.
No, not for the patient yet.
They applied for the research. The research, it's a pharma company who applies.
Yes.
So what are the most limitation is the cost. They cannot bear the cost.
Okay.
Because you cannot bear the cost of the genetic makeup analysis.
Okay, yeah, because individual patient they have to do now.
Analysis, yeah.
And India has a huge population.
So only the products which are higher cost, like as you said, anti-cancers, okay, and which benefit more to the patients because of the cancer is mainly because of the genetic factors. So the drug which specifically act on that particular biomarker or particular gene character. Okay, so we have a special drugs for that special gene character. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, thank you. Good.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Adrija. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next is Bindu.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yeah, please give your introduction first and then you can start.
Yes. Good afternoon. Myself Bindu. I am from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. I completed my MPharm in Avanti Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Currently, I am pursuing pharmacovigilance and clinical research in Cliniminds.
Bindu, you are in this. Why you didn't join the morning session?
Ma'am, I received mail only to join at the 1 o'clock session, ma'am. I didn't receive any link from morning session.
Okay.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes.
My topic was putting patients first in innovations in clinical trials. The main approach is to prioritizing the patient first in all healthcare aspects. Objective was prioritizing patients first in the context of healthcare means prioritizing the well-being, safety, and best interest of patients above all else. This encompasses a range of principles and practices that aim to ensure that patients receive the highest quality care and support. Prioritizing the patients first gives the best results. Here are some key methods what it means to prioritize patients first. First is the dignity and respect. Independent of their conditions, background, treating patients with dignity, kindness, and respect is the necessary and the key important step in the prioritizing patient. Next is accessibility, making sure that all patients, irrespective of their location, socio-economic status, or other circumstances, have equitable and easy access to healthcare professionals. Next is quality care. We should provide all the we should give each patient individualized evidence-based treatment that is of the highest standard. And next is patient-centered care. This involves taking the patient's values and objectives into consideration, as well as their needs and preferences, and including them in the planning process. Next is the communication. Keeping patients informed about their health and available treatments, as well as involving them in decision-making about their care, involves open, honest, and effective communication. Effective communication leads to give the proper treatment to the patients. Next is on advocacy. Competing for patients' rights and interests, including enhancing the healthcare system to better serve patients' requirements. Patients needs to stand up for your rights. Next is safety, making sure that patients are safe by following to best practices, reducing risk, and quickly addressing any problems. Next is feedback and improvement. To better meet patients' needs, the healthcare system is constantly seeking patients' feedback to improve the quality of care and services provided. Next was conclusion. Overall, putting patients first involves a commitment to providing patient-centered care that is compassionate, respectful, sane, and highest quality. It requires healthcare providers and organizations to prioritize the well-being, and interest of patient in all aspects of their practice. The main motto was that healing the healthcare begins with prioritizing the patients. In the topic of innovations in clinical trials, the new methods we have to develop mainly to simplify the protocol planning and development, or to optimize budgets and resources, or to improve data management and quality control. Quality care starts with only when we prioritize the patient first. Thank you.
Her name is not in the list.
No, sir.
No, okay.
Sir, in morning she gave me the confirmation.
Okay.
No, sir. I received the mail on 18th May that I have to join on time of 1 o'clock p.m. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some confusion. We look into it.
Yeah, sure. Any question for Bindu?
Bindu, why it is so important to put the patient first?
Ma'am, mainly clinical trials were conducted to develop the medicines or to develop the investigational product. It is to treat the patients. So that was the key point. We prioritize the patients first.
So what will happen if we don't prioritize the patient first?
We don't prioritize the patient means we didn't get the results as better, and we didn't get the quality as much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Shweta ma'am. So that's all the candidates we have for the presentation.
Leela, what about the other candidates written in that list?
See, 2-3 has joined, but I don't know why they left. And they are not responding also.
So Shubham is not there.
No,
Shubham.
not there. And Purva has just joined, but she's also not there. Abhay has also
Gajanan.
left.
And Gajanand has not joined.
Yeah.
No, not there.
Akshay?
No, Akshay has also not joined.
Bhagat?
No, Bhagat has also not joined.
Nafiz is also not there.
Yeah.
Nitin Jain?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Agrawal has written some message. If he is having any question, I don't know. Mr. Agrawal, you have some question?
No, sir. That message was written at my presentation time, and it was, I think.
Okay. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, so we are done.
Yes, Shweta ma'am.
I will send this list to score to Shweta ma'am or you, Prialata. Both?
Shweta ma'am, Shweta ma'am.
Shweta ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
So we can leave, right?
Yeah, think so. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you for the participant. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.